right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Green Bay Packers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go. It's a break. Running for the mic. I'm trying to come. You draw forfeit. Kill. Shoot.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Looking to throw on second down. Tracy, that's complete to Chris Conley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Derrick Henry. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. So from the 36 now, first and 10. They'll run with Henry. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Come. X3. 218. Chopper.
On second down, here's Henry. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Throwing on first down. Tracy. That's taken in by Callaway. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one goes for 24 yards.
Ready up. Any weapon. Under team.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Derrick Henry. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go. Got it. 50 seconds to mine. 50 seconds to mine.
He'll come out throwing here on first down. Rolling to his right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that.
Miles Sanders' first carry of the game. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a third down.
Let's go. 50 flag. Right there. Who's on focus? Watch the backer. Watch the backer.
They'll look to throw here. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. On fourth down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Tracy. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Back to throw. Tracy. That's complete to the former Aggie Jay Sternberger. And a loose football. And this is going to be Packer football. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance. What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Check 55, Mike. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now. Set, go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Here we go.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
He'll drop to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Back to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10, down at the 33. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
55, my guy, 55.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. As his guys are in for 6, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
60 more. Recon, 132 fighter.
And Callaway taking it in left side. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Tracy. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Henry.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Ready? I got you. 61, matchbox, right. Hey, echo. Get it.
Back to throw. Tracy. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Clelin Ferrell in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Hey, man. Watch.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Clelin Ferrell racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Mike, 55. Check 55, Mike.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Packers have taken the lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
I know the special teams coach will not permit himself a smile here, but inside, he's glowing. This is what he practices for. This is what he schemes. This is what he watches tape to put himself and his team in a position to score points. An absolute dream return.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. The best starting field position you could possibly have. First and goal from the 1. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Derrick Henry with his second touchdown here in this first half, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Elliott on for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Second and 2.
Let's go.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. So with a big gainer anyways, he'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down to the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Switch! Shift! Swing! Pause! Set, go!
Back to throw here. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. From 13 yards out, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. This is Henry. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
You got tight. Right there. Bang. Right.
Henry running right. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Quick pass to the outside, caught by Conley. Now the ball comes loose, and the Packers pick it up.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And that loss of yards there is not just on him. It's on the guys blocking for him. I mean, they're supposed to create some type of space or at least get a stalemate. They end up letting them through, and they ended up tackling him for a loss.
57's the most. 57. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. It's their quarterback on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. To throw on second down. Tracy eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let this one go deep right sideline. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. That was close to a big play, and just a little bit too far that he was led. He caught it but couldn't stay in bounds, Charles.
Yeah, I'm not very good at these sort of things, but I have to believe the farther you are downfield, the less your margin for error in throwing the ball, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so they gave it a good effort there. Really tried, just couldn't complete it.
He's going to air one out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Let's get off the field, D. Hey, check right. Watching you grind. Watch the run.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to...
He's got a man, complete. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. 90. Let it go. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55. Let it go.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to loft one deep left into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
They begin with Henry. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. I mean, you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. When he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Looking to throw. Tracy. He's got the hook up with Conley. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down.
Check. Go.
Back to throw. Tracy. Looking deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
57. Mike, 57. Switch up, switch up. Go, go. 50.
2nd and 11. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be ripped down by the face mask at the end of this, and that's going to add 15 more onto the end of this thing. And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll throw now on the final play. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Being chased out left. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the other side. This is caught inside the 15. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Set, go.
They'll set up to throw. The quick slant caught. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. This will be caught at about the 5. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Who there? Who there? 2 seconds.
Looking to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Jonathan Abram able to make the play defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that'll push the lead up to 17. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part. We all know the teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Let's go now.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Watch the eye. Hard. Slam. You're out. We got double.
On first down, Tracy. He's going to go deep for Conley. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Chris Conley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The 3rd quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some, because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters?
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. He'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll drop to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A big third down pickup of 20 yards. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Flushed out right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Uchenna Nwosu in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, check right. Watch 55. Let's go. 55 is my guy, 55. So don't say nothing.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That's taken on the 25. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball to cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Then they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
I'm here all day. Let's go.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A 20th carry down for Derrick Henry. And he's going to be stopped short of a 1st down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this will pin them back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Check right. I got you, boy. Hey, Jim. Oh. Get low. Yes. Quick.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going up top. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And they'll bring him down right around the 13.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
He's going to launch it. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on third and medium to pick up the first.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover one. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. Got an open man. It's Washington. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go. Go. 57, Mike 57.
They'll look to throw here. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
It's second down and 10.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Packers on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
And it's brought in by Washington. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Vikings 9-yard line.
You got nothing. Alert 3.
2nd and 9 now. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
57 to Mike. Watch the screen. Pass.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Touchdown, Packers! From 10 yards out. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands, downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. You're 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Chase on travel. Hey, exit. Now.
2nd and 1. Try to lay one up deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 4th down, Tracy. He's got the tight end, Sternberger. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Tracy going for the deep ball. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw again. Tracy escaping the pressure right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, y'all.
On 4th down, Tracy. He's going to look deep down the field, and they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards, first down, Packers. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. He'll look to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1 yard line.
1 yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
Big series right here.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 24. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. Just one last drive here for pride. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Khalil Mack in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Hey, defense, let's go. Mike 8. Hey, watch the slant. Get up. Shoot. Kill. Leo. Kill, turn up.
Hey, Sam off. Now.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Tracy, flush to his right. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
You draw quarters. Hey, seam 6.
Let's go, defense.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10. Tracy, he's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Now a desperation throw. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Looking to throw. Tracy. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Miles Boykin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for two. They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is recovered by the Packers, so that might just about do it. Well, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
Let's go now. 18 data. You're right. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Let's put him on.
On first down, it's Boda. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
I got you.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they... And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off around the 27. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So they lost yardage, and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I've got zipped on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Green Bay, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.